you get to choose how happy you are. And that implies that if you're not currently happy, then it's on you. And I know that may piss a couple of people off, so I want y'all to be patient and just let me explain. I believe that the way you measure your happiness in life has a direct impact on how happy you currently are. So I experienced this last year where through a lot of weeks, months even, I wouldn't say unhappy, but I definitely wasn't happy because I defined how happy I was by whether or not my videos here on YouTube were doing well. And the reason why it was such a stupid decision was because I can't control how these videos do on the algorithm, how many people this will have an impact on. I can't control that. The only thing that I can control is whether or not I make the videos. So, a much better, let's call it metric, a much better metric for me to have placed that would define whether I was happy with the life I was living was whether I was able to film the videos in the first place. So, this is actually what I have implemented at the moment, which is I feel happy as long as I get to make these videos, irregardless of how many people they may reach, how many people I may help. If I help one person, that's already a lot of people. And what I do now at the moment is I am thankful simply for the fact that I was given the opportunity to have the time and have the means to be able to record these videos. Now, I also want to say that it's okay from time to time to have a shitty day. It happens. And today was one of those days for me. So I went to college in the afternoon and I had an exam. It didn't go amazing, but yeah, that wasn't the reason I was unhappy, I guess you could call it. So I did the exam, I drove back home, I parked the car, and I just stayed there for like 10 minutes, just staring into the night. And I asked myself, what's missing, right? I didn't feel complete. I didn't feel happy for some reason. And after reflecting on it for those 10 minutes, I reached the conclusion that I wasn't happy because I didn't feel like my actions throughout the day reflected who I visualize myself as. So you could call it my ideal self is the person that I strive to be, right? And the actions that I made throughout the day didn't reflect or did not help me get closer to that person. And that was the reason I felt pissed off, I guess, was because I didn't feed that version of myself during today. And this is exactly what I'm doing now. When I record videos, I am feeding that version of myself. I am getting closer to that ideal version. And before, the huge mistake that I made was that I thought I had to be happy every day. I thought if I wasn't happy, then I had to fix it immediately. I couldn't be unhappy for a day, for 2 days. That's crazy. But what I've realized is that it's fine to have a bad day. It's fine. It happens. And sometimes it's because of things that you can control, like not doing the actions that will ultimately lead you to your ideal self, or not staying true to your personality. Or sometimes it's because of things that you can't control, as I said, because you're not getting a promotion at work, or the hobby or the side hustle that you're doing isn't doing as well as you want it to do. That said, I want you to think what your current metric of happiness is at the moment. It could be the amount of money you're making. It could be dependent on how well your relationships are with someone else or with a group of people. It could be how well your physique looks like. And after you've pinpointed what your metric is at the moment, ask yourself, do you have control over it? Do you have control over it? So for me, the answer was no. As I said, I didn't control how many people these videos reached, but I do control how often I make them. So that's my metric at the moment. And for you, if your metric is how popular you are at school or your job, that's not something that you can control. So you should probably shift that metric to something you can control. For example, how well do you stick to your values? I think that's a much better metric to live by, because at the end of the day, you think to yourself, did I stick by my values? Did I lie to anyone? No. Was I honest? Yes. Was I disciplined? Yes. Was I lazy? No. And you can answer this to yourself, and you can tell whether or not you stay true to yourself, you stay true to your metric, whether or not you fed that version of you, that version inside of you that you want to reach. But yeah, man. That said, I think I won't make this much longer. I've said everything I wanted to say. And just remember that, yeah, it's okay to have a shitty day. It happens. It happened to me. I hope it didn't happen to you today. But tomorrow we have a new day, and hopefully it'll be better. But yeah, man. As always, I love you. Hit the sub, join the club, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.